One day, can y'all give us like maybe a notification on the screen for when the live actually starts?
Yeah, that's not a bad
'Cause
idea,
we
honestly.
always sit here quietly wondering,
It's
when is the stream actually starting?
Is it happening yet? Is it happening yet? That's a very true statement. We're just like, so are we on? Is it the screen? Are we still waiting? Well, I think the problem with that, Jovan, is like sometimes they've hit the buttons and it hasn't gone, right? Because it was slightly
True, they've been
broken.
doing that preparing thing.
That
Yeah,
does
and
happen. But
it
three,
does.
2, 1, you're on.
I'm
Eh,
on screen. Okay,
eh.
that works.
So wake up the members of our Hi guys, welcome to Calling It Now.
Hello,
The show where you
we're
can
here
call it right
right now.
now. It's Jovan and Ari. You get us for
Is
2 hours.
Is my name
I forgot
actually
my
still Ari?
water.
I did that. Okay, actually, so yesterday I left my water bottle at work and I was so sad because I had to use an older water bottle and I'm like, it doesn't have my flabbergasted sticker and I'm so not happy. I like my cat right there on my water bottle.
Jimmy keeps like he'll be doing stuff to his apps or he'll update something and ask me how what I think. And if
Yeah.
I don't respond that I love it, he's like, you're just lying. You're not being serious. And I'm like, I don't like the I'm specifically talking about the updates to the staff site. I got used to the other
Oh.
one, so I don't like the new one.
Oh, I told him I was like, I liked it because I had just logged
No,
on and
no.
apparently I had just logged on, not even realizing he had just updated it that day. And I'm like, it was pretty cool. I was just
Nope.
messing with things.
It's like I still hate modern YouTube. I miss first iteration YouTube. I get used to stuff. You know what app does that a bunch?
What?
Instagram.
Oh,
Instagram
it
be
does. It
chasing things
constantly.
all the time. For what
Discord too.
reason?
Discord
I don't
too.
I don't see Discord as much. But Discord will tell you. They'll drop the patch notes and be like,
do.
this is what we're updating. Instagram will just update shit
And it looks
move.
weird.
They change, and I have multiple Instagram accounts, so I'll notice that.
That's too much.
Well, I have like other channels, but I'll
I know, I'm
notice
just kidding.
that on some of them, like the messages, for instance, on my
Yeah.
main account, the layout of messages is different than my account for like my Red Mirror account or something. The layout is just different, and I'm like, I hate.
That's annoying.
It's the most annoying thing. Even more annoying than people not picking up the phone to call in to debate us at 336-543-2101. It's Calling It Now. MAGA and Trump are both fascists.
Where are you at?
That's what I want to talk about today. I don't care about anything else. Trump and MAGA are fascists. Pick up the phone and call in to tell us that you agree to disagree, and then we'll debate you on it.
He has very strict rules. I'm gonna listen. You know, I don't argue with people like that. So I don't argue with my friends like that. Well, let me rephrase. I don't argue with my friends like that.
I'm just really annoyed at the government right now. Overthrow it.
I mean,
are all the lives.
Isn't that what you want?
What?
I said, isn't that what you want?
An overthrow of the government?
Yeah, sorta.
The gooberment?
The gooberment.
The gooberment. This at the government right now. Apparently, the place that's taken off debate-wise is Roblox.
What?
Apparently, there's a Roblox world that is like a debate world, and it's popping. So I might have to hop onto Roblox and get some debates.
Yes. What? That's so weird. I was sorry. I was responding to somebody in the chat, but I was just like,
I wish I was lying.
Roblox debates. That I don't like that at all.
I don't know what to tell you, Ari.
Yeah.
It's popping off. Guys, we're here for 2 hours. So pick up the phone, 336-543-2101. MAGA, where you at? Conservatives, where you at? Christians, where you at? Capitalists, where you at? Uggos, where you at?
I did kind of actually.
What happened?
Oh, one of my friends typed in the chat. They were like, "Did you say Megan? Why'd you leave?" And I'm like, "Actually, I think I did." I'm so sorry. I'm having a whole ADHD moment, so it's okay.
It's all right, man.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat, Rick Campanella, just call in. Said Sharia law is slavery. The Christians did slavery too. Who cares? Call in. 336-543-2101. Who else needs to call in and
A lot of
stop
people.
chirping? We'll be calm. I'll let you take the first. You can have the first say. You be the first person to talk after the introductions. Drop a syllogism
Just do some things. Give us,
and an outage.
put us on our toes. Surprise me, actually. Can I pressure MAGA to surprise me? And I don't mean with a slur because that's uninventive, right? So I need something that's gonna actually surprise me. Give me something I've never heard about before. All right.
Call in with an argument for Trump that we've never heard, and I will personally give you 1 penny. So you can call in. Yeah, what's going on? Hey, Luthien, there's no phone number or debate topic on the screen. It just says call to debate, nothing else.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's weird. Let me fix it.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oopsies.
336. I'm going to say the number slowly so you guys can put it into your phones.
Okay, it's on.
336. Am I feeling less tired? No. 336 543 210 also 1. So pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Open up your phones. Pick up the phones. Dial that number and call us so we can debate and call it now. Bam.
If you forgot what it looks like, your phone a number looks like this, guys. It's got numbers on the screen and all that jazz.
Number.
And I don't want to scare you guys, right? But they are Arabic numerals. So please don't freak out.
Numbers.
Math is woke. I do agree. Okay. Just don't freak out about the Arabic numerals. It's okay. They're not going to jump out at you. All right. Yes, unfortunately, Bandrew called me yesterday.
I heard. Did you snap at him?
I did. I told him I hope a woman never touches him. And then I hung up on him. Oh my God,
W?
Yeah. It's like, oh, a woman never touches you.
Real.
Yo.
Real.
People like Andrew still calls. Yes, I hear Andrew on like, he has been banned from the line, pretty sure from Jovan's stream. He only got through because he actually called from a different number yesterday and gave a different name. So he was trying to bob and weave. But he calls everyone else.
He's annoying. He's so fucking annoying.
Naquan, he doesn't have a TikTok as far as I'm aware.
Oh, Andrew from New Jersey?
Yeah.
Can I call into debate about Therians? No.
Therians?
People who think they're animals, but they're not actually animals. No.
Interesting.
What else? Chat, let's send some we're getting calls.
Yeah, I see that. You tickled somebody's.
Guys, please don't call if you're not a conservative. Like, because this is a debate show. So we're looking
I talked to the friendlies yesterday.
DEBATEE debate.
Someone, I'm gonna personally call out someone in my TikTok chat. Snow said liberal men wear tampons. That's all you need to know to never vote Democrat. Fine, call the number on the screen. Like, also, what? Y'all are weird. Why are you obsessed with tampons? Have you noticed that? Like, ever since 2024, conservatives have been obsessed with tampons.
Ever since 2024. Oh, it's because of Tim Walz.
I know.
Tampon Tim.
But I just want to remind everybody, Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans wore pads on their ears. They literally wore maxi pads on their ears in solidarity with Donald Trump.
All right. Well. Speaking of solidarity with Trump, we got Joe from Minnesota calling in, who's a conservative who wants to tell us why would conservatives have solutions to leftist goals. I don't think Joe understands the prompt. Joe, you're on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing today?
Not bad. How about you?
We're
Good.
chilling, Joe. Now, I just want to make sure, because you didn't tell the call-in screener, Joe, what are your pronouns going forward in this
I
call?
don't own pronouns.
You don't what?
I don't own pronouns.
You don't own pronouns.
Did you skip like 5th grade English?
Joe, if I asked you what your name is, if I said, what's your name, would you say, I don't own a name?
I do own a name. My name is Joe.
Do you own your name, so nobody else is named Joe?
It's my name. Yes, Joseph Brian Molesky is my name. I have no
Oh,
other
okay,
name.
so
I
your
don't know why
pronouns
I
would be
own-
your pronouns, right?
What?
Joe, should the chat call you he, she, or they? What would you prefer?
Chat's not going to call me. The chat's not going to call me neither of those. So why would that even be
Chat
in
call
discussion?
she. Thank you, Luthien. Can we put she, her for Joe's pronouns? I'm not going to entertain the
Don't
stupidity,
care.
Joe. So she, her. Joe, she, her
Wait,
from Minnesota conservative. Joe, tell us what you want to tell us about conservatives not having solutions.
Yeah, why would we have solutions to achieve your leftist goals?
Did we say that you have solutions to achieve leftist goals?
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
your
interesting.
Your goals are leftist. Your
Did
goals
we
are leftist.
say?
Your goals are leftist.
Did we say that conservatives don't have solutions to leftist goals? Is that what the prompt said?
Yes, that's your prompt because you want.
Oh,
want to
sorry,
become
Joe. You
leftist.
just proved you can't read. That is not the prompt. The prompt just says conservatives
ad
have no
hominem.
solutions.
Good one.
It's
Good
not an
one,
ad hominem. I can
Tanner,
wait.
dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put you on mute real quick, Joe. Let me explain why it's not an ad hominem. Let me explain why it's not an ad hominem. Oh, Joe, you hung up, scaredy cat. I was just going to explain to you why it's not an ad hominem. I'll do that really quickly for the post video. Now, Joe, the exact prompt says conservatives have no solutions. You added more words that weren't there, meaning you read something that was not on the screen, meaning you can't read. So that's not an ad hominem. I just demonstrated something that was a basic fact based on what you said. Now, Joe, if you want to call back, I'd love to hear from you. But at no point did we say conservatives have no solutions to leftist problems. It's just conservatives have no solutions to any problem.
Right, because leftists don't need conservative solutions. We're saying that you, Joseph, she, didn't have any solutions in general to any problem that occurs or arises. So.
True. Now, Joe, that's embarrassing for you. Hopefully one of the other people calling in will be able to actually hold the conversation. But clearly, that person was not Joe.
She got a little shemotional, okay?
She was a little she-emotional. Yeah, sorry, Joe. Unfortunately, we have to be a little misogynistic to you. Let's move to somebody who might actually have a conversation with us. Edwin from Michigan, who wants to tell us that abortion is murder. Okay, Edwin, who's going to tell us it's murder. Edwin from Michigan, he, him, you are on the line with Jovan and Ari. How are you doing today, Edwin?
I'm doing great, sir.
Wonderful. Now, Edwin, remind me how old you are, friend.
20.
Okay. Now, if I'm reading your notes correctly, you think abortion is murder, but it is still morally okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, Edwin, this might actually be a short call.
Yeah,
we're going to disagree
like
on the definition of murder. I would define murder as an unjustified killing. So if the killing was morally okay, then I wouldn't call it a murder because morally okay means it was justified.
That's a good way to say it, actually. How about just killing then?
Yeah, you definitely kill a fetus, yeah. I have no
Yeah,
problem
like,
saying
yeah,
you
you
kill a
murder them
fetus.
no matter what. Yeah.
Well, you would
So I
kill
was trying
them
to say that.
justly. Yeah.
Yes, justly murder. Yes, it's okay this time.
Hey,
That's
hey,
why
Lucian,
my
callers
opinion.
are
I
quiet.
mean,
Chat is saying, just FYI.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
should
go
have just
ahead,
fixed it.
Edwin. Okay, cool.
my,
Go ahead, Edwin.
but what I was trying to say was, I do believe that it's a justifiable killing. It is a killing that is definitely justifiable because obviously rapes and sexual assault and other things. And I believe in the autonomy of women personally.
You believe in the autonomy of women personally. Okay, then it doesn't look like we have any disagreements, Edwin.
Yeah, we're on the same
Is there-
page.
is there-
I think there is
Sorry,
a bit
go
of a
ahead.
disagreement slightly though, because I believe that the whole argument that the baby doesn't classify as a living thing and it doesn't classify as a murder or a killing of a thing, and that calling it a bunch of cells, I believe that's a wrong thing. I believe you should say, oh, it was a baby, but we had to kill it morally because of the circumstances. I just think the
No.
whole word is
Go
just
ahead, Ari.
calling it a bunch of cells is
Dude.
kind of lame.
If I get pregnant tomorrow, do I start collecting child support on the date of conception?
No, I just believe that. How do I
Oh.
phrase this?
When do I legally
Oh.
get to start requesting child support from the man who would have impregnated me?
Oh, you misunderstanding what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying that no matter what, it classifies as a murder, as a living creature that was going to be a living creature, but is no longer.
Was going
You get
to
me?
be, but never achieved it.
Yes.
So I think two
So I
things.
just
Two
believe
things can be.
that-
I think two things can be true at once, Edwin. I think it can be alive. I would never claim a fetus at any stage is not alive. That would just be silly. But was it a person?
Mhm.
Nah.
Yes, I believe in that. Yeah, it wasn't a person; it was a living thing that was going to be a person,
Yeah.
but it is.
But I don't
Yeah,
care
it
about
had
killing.
the-
I don't
You
care
know
if we
what I'm
kill
saying?
living things.
It had the potentiality
Yeah.
for life.
Yes.
It hadn't fully
certain times
achieved
you
it
have to
yet.
kill a living thing. Yes, it hasn't fully
Right. I
achieved it. I
mean,
think it should be classified in that way.
self-defense is a legal defense against murder, so there are plenty of
Yeah.
times you have to kill a living human, no less.
Let me. I'm more interested, Edwin. You did tell the call-in screen because, truthfully, we just agree on the abortion thing. So, like,
Yeah.
this talk will get us nowhere. You did tell the call-in screener you were MAGA. Is this correct?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
conservative, not Republican, but MAGA.
Full on MAGA.
And why?
Oh goodness.
Wait. MAGA is the full on Trump people, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then just conservative.
Still why?
Why? Well, to admit, well, it's kind of just I can't keep bullshitting you guys. I'm not conservative. I just wanted to get on stage. Wait, don't lie to you. I'm sorry.
We have to ban your number now, right?
I'm sorry, big dog. Have a great day. I support your show, bro. Love the cat ears, nigga.
$25 wasting my time fee.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was fine. I'm sorry. Have a great day, though. Support everything you do. Yeah.
Okay.
What a waste our time.
Also, like, if you guys are gonna troll, just at least be funny. But that's not even funny.
I pulled out my iPad and I was pulling up Procreate to write a note that said, "This is a troll." But he beat me to confess it.
What do you confess first?
Yeah. I don't know where Apple Pencil went, though, which is very annoying.
That is annoying. Like, see, at least, well, I shouldn't say at least, but my, I have a case with the spot for it. Do you not have a spot for it on your case?
Yeah, but it wasn't on there. I was playing with
Oh.
it. And now it's gone forever.
I stick with it, so.
Just like my dad.
Just like your dad.
Fair enough. Who's next? Alex. No, Alex is unscreened. Alex got a screen first. I
I've got so much.
want to let Alex screen first. That's the next call I want to take. We'll get to everybody, but we like to pick and choose which calls we think are more interesting at the start. What happened? We're getting calls today out of nowhere.
I know it's is it a mixture of the woman on the screen and unfortunately they're coming after you because you're black, because that always happens, it seems.
True, it might be because you're here and you're a woman.
I swear to all that is holy, men
I
just
swear.
like to yell at me. They're the best comment, and don't worry, I saw it, Sparky. The best comment I've had on my page in a long time was one that said, I feel like this channel is a long-term expose of a huge group of men, from being extremely emotional to the threats of violence. It's incredible. My entire channel is now apparently just showing off men and their bad behaviors. So,
Fair.
yeah,
Fair.
that's what that's
I dropped
become.
my iPad.
Pick it up.
Someone said we matched today, and that was not planned, chat.
Are you wearing green?
It
looks
like
gray.
a version of green. It definitely looks more gray on the camera than it is. It's a little more green in person.
Okay, I was gonna say it's just mine's very, very green. I don't know, guys.
All right, let's see what we
I have a
got.
whole, like, not to be weird, but I'm very particular in my closet, and I wear my shirts in order. So it's just happened to be the day for the shirt. So
Hey, look at call 6. Tell me how that makes any sense. Or 4, sorry, call 4. And tell me how that makes any sense.
I only see some. Oh, there we go. What?
Okay, let's bring up Alex from Ohio, a he, him conservative who's going to tell us that he wants to get rid of the free market. Conservative who doesn't like the free market. Alex, you're on the line with Jovan and Ari. How are you doing today?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
Chilling. Alex, why do you want to get rid of the free market?
That's good. I want to nationalize U.S. oil production.
Yes. Why do you want to get rid of the free market?
And I want to take the oil production off of Wall Street specifically. I'm not saying that
Yes.
I want to.
Why do you want to get rid of the free market?
I don't want to take it off of a free market per se, but off of
if you nationalize it, you are taking it. Hold on. If you nationalize it, you are taking it off the free market.
Off of Wall Street's trading market.
That's not nationalizing.
No,
that would just be making it not public, like publicly traded.
Transfer it basically to just a national, to just a national trading market with some caps. And the reason is because of the So right now we can produce oil at $20 per barrel, and
Alex, Alexi, why do you as a conservative want to go against free market capitalism?
I believe like when you say it that way, I think that you're framing it that way, but I'm saying like my idea is not quite like that.
Alex, if you want to nationalize an industry, that is directly removing it from the free market.
Yeah, why do you think we sue?
Yes.
Well, that's not what you said, though. Do you want the government to run it?
So I can explain. So I think that businesses should still run it, but they should have legal barriers to what they can do with it. So basically, barrels, we can realistically break down the cost per barrel at bulk steel around $1.50 to $2 a barrel with mass production. A single well can produce 500,000 to 2,000 barrels a day. That's a profit at $20 per barrel. That's a profit of 300,000 to 1.2 million a month. And the gas
Except,
stations
so
would actually be profiting
I have to
more.
intrude for a second. Because that's just not true. Our oil companies have open new drilling rigs in a certain part of Texas. I can't remember the name. And even those multiple new drilling rigs that have opened up since the attack on Iran, they're only producing 250,000 new barrels of oil a day. So that's not true. I know you want to assume that they can get 500,000 in a day, but they
reduced
can't.
production from what it's been in the past, but we can ramp up
No, they didn't.
production.
They
easily.
didn't reduce production. We're still an all-time producer like for our market in oil, even according to our own EIA. We have not gone down from the high point under Joe Biden. We've continued to go up. So that's not true.
Alex, why don't we just take it a step further and nationalize everything?
W.
So the reason I want to nationalize the oil prices is, I mean, everybody feels the effects of oil,
Brother.
the fluctuation of oil prices,
Brother.
not just at
We all feel the
rising
effects
40
of
cents and dropping 40
grocery
cents a
prices.
day.
Why don't we nationalize the farms and nationalize all grocery stores?
Well, nationalizing the fuel prices will directly affect all the other prices
Alex,
of the groceries.
I'm unsure. Is it a script? Do you have a script in front of you and like you can't deviate?
No.
Are you Leonardo DiCaprio? Is this a film? Is this a Christopher Nolan picture?
I have some notes of things I wrote down, but that's it now.
Okay, but can you answer the questions that I'm asking you?
Yeah, come off script.
What's your question?
Why don't we
That you
just
wanna
nationalize
nationalize
everything?
Yeah.
If it will stabilize
I
oil
don't-
prices, why don't we just nationalize everything and stabilize everything?
I don't believe that we have to have an extreme viewpoint towards like nationalizing everything and
That's not what I asked.
taking and controlling the price of everything. I think that
Why not? If we want to, if it will regulate the prices and it will be better for the American people to do it for oil, why don't we do it for everything?
I think that's a hard sell to the American people to just try to throw that on them. I don't
care if it's a hard sell; they wouldn't have a choice.
I think
right?
that like the state of the economy, how it is, and everything. I think that if you take targeted changes to certain industries that are critical for national security, then I mean you'll see a bigger impact than what you would with trying to take on that big of a load. I think that regulating the oil prices is a lot easier than trying to regulate the price of everything. But
hey,
it is a
Alex,
critical.
Alex, what do you think? What do you think the term nationalize means?
So when I say nationalize the oil, I'm talking about taking it off of Wall Street, taking it off of the global markets, and basically enforcing national production of oil and regulating the price of the oil within the nation. So basically, the price of gas right now is dependent upon Wall Street. So it's essentially throwing it onto a casino, and that it can be affected by
it's based off the world market
manipulation and all kinds of other things. And so we kind of have to stay with the price of the world in a sense, based upon these different stock trades. If we nationalize the production of oil, we have more control over production. And when you're buying oil from these markets, you're actually making less profit at the gas station than you would be having a national market. So it would help small businesses a lot because we could lower the cost of fuel for truckers, farmers, electricians, plumbers, whatnot, and also for the actual gas stations themselves. When they're buying nationalized oil, they'll actually be making more of a profit at the pump while selling the gas for less.
So I'm just back to my other question, which is, why don't we just do that for everything?
Because realistically, it would take time in order to make
Time's not an issue.
transitionary systems in order
We have
in order
time,
to
don't
make
we?
something like that happen.
Alex, do we have time?
There's always
Time is an
yeah.
illusion.
Yeah, so if we have time, who cares if it will take time? We have time. World's not ending tomorrow, right?
There's always time, yes, but targeting.
So is there an
key
objection that's like not
infrastructure-
just it might be hard? Is there an actual objection beyond
Yeah.
that?
My argument is that is just for the oil production, and that's because it's a key part of our national security is keeping the economy running. The higher the gas goes, the slower our economy is going to be running. Everybody's making less money.
Do you think we should nationalize like our country's defense systems? Like, should we nationalize like the US military?
There's certainly dangers with collaborating with foreign countries.
Yeah, but should we nationalize the US military?
I don't really want to get into that.
Why not?
Because my focus right now is basically on providing relief for Americans. That's why I want to focus on the fuel prices, because I think that the fuel prices are going to affect a lot of different areas in the economy. It's going to lower gas prices by nationalizing that. It's going to lower, consequently, it's going to trickle down, and it's going to lower grocery prices, and it's going to lower costs of other
Trickle
things.
down
Across
gasonomics.
the nation. Well,
Petronomics?
when
Trickle down
you lower the cost of
petronomics.
fuel,
Yeah.
you remove excuses for price gouging.
Remove excuses for price gouging. That's a new one.
When the cost of fuel goes down, the cost of manufacturing goes down across the nation. And
Hey, who'd you vote for
so
the last election, Alex?
There can be
Justin,
discussions about that.
Alex. I keep getting the calls mixed up. Hey, Alex, who did you vote for in the last election?
In the last election,
Yeah.
2024, yeah.
I did not vote.
Trump
last
versus
election.
Harris.
Oh.
That one I did not vote.
What about the one before, Trump versus Biden?
The one before I voted for Trump, and so
And the one
last
before that,
election,
Trump
I
versus Hillary?
decided not to vote in protest.
Protest of what?
The state of the economy and certain things that were not met. The issue with
Wait, you were protesting
Israel first
who?
and all
The
that.
Democrats? You are
No,
a conservative, are you not?
I would say that the Republican, the GOP, basically, for not meeting certain goalposts that were agreed upon.
Alex, why are you conservative?
That's a good question.
I believe in traditional values.
Like
to an
what?
extent.
Traditional values.
Which ones?
I'd say preserving the nuclear family is a
How
big
does
one for me.
conservative policies preserve the nuclear family?
I'd say mostly it's in the, I would say the culture of people who tend to vote for the Republican base, to preserve as a whole some of the values.
But how do their
that I
policies
support.
reinforce these values that they say they support? Like, I can say I support anything, but like, doesn't mean I'm actually showing. Like doesn't my mouth
How's this
my
gonna show on
actions
camera?
need to match my mouth?
Yeah.
So how are conservatives
I would say mostly
supporting the
like,
nuclear
the ones
family?
that actually like help people is usually geared towards religious, medical, and freedoms and jobs for
Religious,
trade
medical
workers
freedoms,
is usually the way we
jobs.
usually get benefit from it. I would say.
All right, let's analyze this. Let's analyze this. Do you know what the reason 40% of households report they get divorced? Do you know what the reason is?
You tell me.
Financial stressors. Like, there's money issues. Oftentimes those financial stressors are like, we can't afford things and it's causing a strain on our relationship because money is tight. Right? How has conservative policies helped the nuclear family when conservative policies has made the economy worse, therefore leading to people getting divorced more?
So personally, I don't see it like that. Personally,
Well, that's fine
I
if you don't
see-
personally see it like
I-
that. I mean, the numbers see it like that. As financial stressors go up, divorce rates go up. So do domestic violence rates, by the way.
Yep.
And Republican policies, conservative policies, directly lead to financial hardships rising. Cost of living is going up. The cost of everything is risen. Americans have less money in their pockets to pay for things. That's all conservative doing.
See, I see it as kind of a combination of both parties.
Okay, what
In what
specific
way?
Democratic
I'd
policies
say
would you say?
more of as like a collective thing as Americans we have to do better, but I'd say that honestly, like I don't see it being much different under
Yeah,
other
what
leadership.
specific Democratic policies do you think led to a worse economy in the last like 10 years?
I'm very disappointed with things that have been done with healthcare.
Such as
I
what?
know that like things have been put in place to try to make healthcare more affordable, but I feel like I've personally been affected with dealing with more of like mandated healthcare, where it's like they did a lot with like automatic enrollment and things like that, and so it's been an issue with fraud. So I've like personally like had people sign me up for healthcare automatically
Are you talking
without
when you were
asking for
under
my
the
consent.
age of 26? Are you talking about for your on your
No, I'm
parents'
older.
health
I'm
insurance?
34. No, I'm 34, and employers did because basically they took away
Employers
certain
do?
barriers. They took away
All
certain
right, I need to get my
employment
water.
consent barriers,
Okay.
and I mean this is all true. They took away certain informed consent barriers, and so it's actually made it harder because there's penalties on the at the end of the year for taxes if you do end up becoming enrolled in like Medicaid, Medicare, and whatnot, even if it's without your knowledge. If you have a plan and you don't pay enough for taxes, you actually get penalized for that, and that's something that that we fought. Like when Obama first instituted it, there was a fine for not having health care. We got it removed, and then basically it got put back on later on.
Yeah, that
automatic
fine
enrollment.
for
So there's
healthcare
like
was
things like that I deal with.
What is he smoking right now?
I'm not sure. So that fine for healthcare was actually a Republican policy. It was literally copied from Romney Care when he was the governor. So thank you, Mitt Romney, for the conservatives for the idea of having that. But that was removed. But what health insurance plan are you just getting signed up for without your knowledge?
So the there's this thing called automatic enrollment. It's something that has been implemented over the years, and it's been encouraged to employers and kind of like forced onto employers to offer their employees healthcare. And so everybody's aware of that when you go to any
Yeah,
job
there's
now.
automatic
Over 100 employees or more.
re-enrollments.
Well, so the way they're treating it in many places, and especially like where I'm at, is they automatically enroll you in healthcare, and you have to sign a form to deny it and whatnot. Sometimes what they
No.
do is they go ahead and just automatically enroll you and don't tell you about it, even if you deny it. A lot of times it's due to personal.
Are you talking about healthcare.gov or through your employer?
Their employers. I'm saying.
Yeah, and they're
people are doing this
taking it
stuff.
out of
It's opened up a doorway basically to fraud.
and they're
is what I'm
taking it out of
saying.
your weekly or bi-weekly check.
Well, what they're doing is they're bypassing it. And a lot of times, they have like
No,
things where
is
they'll
there a
offer
line
free.
deduction? Is there a line item deduction on your bi-weekly payroll?
No, because they're saying you're eligible for free healthcare. And what they do is they sign you up for this free healthcare, and they're getting grant money for it, for signing you up. And next thing you know, you have a plan. I'm just saying that, like, yeah, we're dealing with this stuff.
Wait, so are you
Uh,
complaining that you would have free healthcare?
So for me, the way it is I get penalized for that on my
You
tax
get
return.
penalized for that on your
A
tax
$500
return.
fee, a $500 fee for accepting it. Yes.
$500 fee for accepting it. Like what kind of
On
health
my tax return.
plan is this? Yeah, what kind of health plan
I
is it?
mean,
Like
this
what
just sounds like
care?
Medicaid.
It's infuriating. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Yes,
no,
this is
Do you
I'm
have
exactly what it
saying
felt
like
like.
Do you have Medicaid, Alex?
No. And I've had to call the healthcare .gov basically
that's-
marketplace and tell them like, hey, like I don't want this.
Wait, the marketplace is auto enrolling you in healthcare every year.
So basically, they've opened up the doorway so like employers and other people can automatically enroll you, and there's nothing blocking them from doing that.
no, where?
Yes, yes. I'm telling you.
Where? Okay, I'm about ready to ask this. Can my
So, like, they take all of your
employer
employee information.
automatically enroll me on healthcare.gov?
Well, they can enroll you in their employee plan, sure.
Yeah, but they can't automatically enroll you on healthcare.gov.
Well, what do you? How are you getting penalized for them automatically enrolling
but
you?
they do. I'm saying people are making excuses and they're disobeying the law, even though it's not right, even though it's fraud. A lot of the things that they changed when it comes to automatic enrollment opened up a doorway, is what I'm saying.
There is no way. Like, I'm sorry,
saying
this would be huge. Or did you
Yeah.
report your employer to the FBI, to USDA? Really?
Yeah.
Well, employers can enroll employees in employer plans, but I'm confused about what you're talking about with getting penalized. What do you mean you're getting penalized?
So basically, what I found out is that once they sign you up, you technically owe, even though it's quote unquote free healthcare, you technically owe a.
Is this motherfucker just talking about his deductible?
I don't know. I don't
Or
really
his
know what to call it,
premiums?
but you owe. No.
Your premiums?
You owe the whatever the benefit. What do you call it? Like the local benefit government organization or whatever. And so basically, it
Local
ends up
benefit
being
government
basically
organization.
it ends up being like a tax penalty. And so
Are you
you're
talking about your
supposed to
healthcare
take enough money.
premiums?
So you're supposed to take enough money out of your paycheck to pay for this tax penalty, I guess. And if your employer doesn't know
Wait. So
about
are you
that or
saying
whatever,
are you
basically
saying
they
that you would
screw
you saw? Are you saying you when they enrolled you, you saw on your paycheck a like money taken out as a penalty every like paycheck for the health insurance they auto enrolled you in?
No, there's
Did you?
absolutely
When
nothing
did
that
you
they.
start at your job?
Well, I'm not giving like
No, I'm not
personal
asking
details
you
about
who
stuff like
you're.
that.
No, I'm not asking you personal details. Like, when did you start your job?
I
That's
no
not
longer
gonna
work.
like share
I know.
you.
I no longer work there, but I've also had issues with dealing with like trying to go to new places and dealing with similar situations. Is what I'm saying.
It deadass
Ain't
just
no
sounds
way.
like you don't know what a
become a
healthcare
problem.
premium is.
It's
become a
either he doesn't know
problem.
what a premium is,
So-
or there was something in his onboarding paperwork
I had,
that he didn't read. And if you didn't
So, like, I
read
had
your
an employer,
onboarding paperwork for a new job, that's on you. If they put it on there that you've given them like some kind of power of attorney to
Wait, is it an
automatically enroll you.
HSA? Are you talking about an
It's-
HSA?
The fee kind of sounds like that. That or
Yeah,
what's the
that
other
sounds
one?
like an HSA,
FSA.
bro.
HSA or an FSA. You actually can get charged if you don't put money into your FSA.
it's under the All I know is it's under. I think it was Blue Cross Blue Shield is what they signed me up for.
Yeah. And you
But I
didn't
never gave
contribute to your
information.
FSA.
I ended up taking it off, and then I had to basically like redo my taxes for the whole thing, and it was this whole ordeal. And
Yeah, it was an FSA
there
that
are
he
tax
didn't contribute.
Yeah, there are tax penalties for like certain things you do with an HSA or an FSA. But
Yep.
your job can't, like your job doesn't
so my
typically
point is,
auto enroll you into an HSA or an FSA without giving you a letter saying you're being enrolled in this. Opt out of it if you don't want it.
And they send you a card.
so my point is,
Did you get a card in the mail?
so like
That wasn't just your health care plan?
I'm all for people having affordable health care and all that, but I think that the way that it's gone
You know who isn't?
has,
Save me.
You know who isn't? Republicans.
well, I mean, I'm all for healthcare being cheaper and for it being affordable. I am, but
All
I
right,
think that the
Alex,
way
buddy.
that things have been implemented, a lot of things has been.
I feel like
has
this was
been
also a waste my time, $25
stepping
fee
boundaries,
worthy.
you know?
Alex, bud, you have a good rest of your day. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next caller.
Okay, all right.
Motherfucker's on the FSA.
Yeah, he's like, I got a tax penalty at the end. Like, y'all, this is why you need to read your paperwork that you're handed. Or when you're enrolling for your health care plans at work, right? If you're working a job that offers that, read it. If you don't understand it, guess what? Your company is supposed to hire someone to help walk you through it or explain it to you. You ask questions. Alex said, okay, yes, sir, and signed on the dotted line without reading or reading to comprehend. Yeah, he had a FSA that he was enrolled in. He didn't contribute to it, so he got fined.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
What a day. Guys, 336-541-2101. We still got an hour and 10 minutes of show. So if you want to hit that, Quincy, thank you for the super chat. Can you guys stream later? I'm doing my Duolingo right now. No. And Joshua said, all I know is Alex 2026. Yo, so true. Guys, hit those super chats to remind Jimmy Snow that Jovan Ari is a better duo. Let's
Do it.
Let's bring up our next person, I guess. Emma from
Sorry, I'm weird.
Arizona, who's going to tell us that
Interesting.
conservatives don't cause harm. Emma is a
Interesting.
conservative from Arizona who thinks that illegal immigration and transit issues are ones that they're passionate about. Let's bring up Emma. Emma, you are on the line with Jovan and Ari. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Sure thing, Emma. Now, Emma, you said conservative policies don't cause harm. Is that correct?
Now, I think that's a huge generalization, to be fair. I think there are certain policies, on every side that can cause some harm, But I think by and large, conservative policies cause less harm.
Conservative policies cause less harm. Well, I know you brought up immigration, so let's just start there. Let's just start with conservatives versus Democrats on immigration. How many people died in ICE custody from, let's just take the entirety of Biden's term? So 2021 to 2024. Well, 2025, I guess, like beginning of 2025.
You can just do January 21 through December
January
24.
25.
Or December 24.
How many people died in ICE custody between Biden's first term and beginning of Trump's second term?
I'm sure it was probably a lot less under Biden's term. To be fair, nobody should die. Nobody should die. And it's certainly a tragedy when anybody dies in these situations. However,
Would you like the official numbers just so you have them?
Sure.
Great. So in Biden's total term, we're looking at about 26 in total, right? Trump, as of right now, so that's 2026, he would have had 50. So in a year and a half, Trump has more than doubled. Well, I guess exactly doubled. He's doubled the deaths in Biden's term. So at least in terms
also
of
put a lot more people in ICE custody. So
hold on, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. Don't worry. So in terms of deaths in ICE custody, which policies do more harm? Conservatives are Democrats or Republicans?
Well, I think focusing on the deaths in ICE custody is kind of negating the issue. Sure, it's awful that people die in custody, but people have to be in custody in order to be sent back to their harm. Yeah, but I think they cause more harm when they're in our country.
Aren't deaths a direct harm?
Absolutely, but what about when immigrants
the
come into
number
our
of
country
miscarriages that
like
women have had?
Zarutska?
The number of miscarriages that women have had while in ICE custody should also be included in that. I would say.
Do we just want to go?
People come into our country.
Do we just want to go bar for bar?
And kill people.
Apparently,
we can just go bar for bar on deaths. Do you want to just go bar for bar?
I think focusing on the death is kind of negating the issue. I mean, all the deaths are awful.
Focusing on the
like
deaths
I said,
is negating the issue.
Yes, because the actual issue is we're leaving our borders open and it's a national security issue,
How are Democrats leaving the borders open? You're telling me that the borders were open under Democrats?
Well, yeah, Kamala Harris basically just let anybody that wanted to come to the country come to the country. We had
interesting.
People come into our
the
country.
vice president?
Trump had to send them home.
Before even that, so you're telling me that it was legal to cross the border under the Democrats?
Not
because you're saying the border was open.
But they weren't.
Well, wait, you said the border was open, Emma. If the border is open, that means people crossing without going through a port of entry wouldn't be doing something illegal. So is the border open or closed under Democrats?
Well, it wasn't entirely open, but it might as well have been because they weren't really doing anything about sending anybody back.
Okay. Okay. Wait. They weren't doing anything about sending anybody back. Great. 2024, Biden was in charge. How many deportations did Biden do in 2024?
I'm sure there were some, but compared to now, it was a major crisis that Trump ran on.
Hold on.
And he knew I love
compare to now. I want to compare to now. So let's compare 2024, 2025. How many deportations happened under Biden in 2024?
Significantly less.
You believe that?
Oh,
Would
interesting.
you like to bet me some money on this one?
Won't be betting money, but
$25.
I'm interested to hear the statistics.
Okay, let me give you the numbers. Biden deported 685,000 people in 2024. Trump deported 600,000 in 2025. So who deported more people?
Well, why is it such a big thing that people are upset about?
Well, hold on. You said that the Democrats weren't doing anything to get rid of these people, but Biden got rid of more people than Trump did.
Yep, that's fair. See, the reason why this issue is such a big thing in my head, I work at a restaurant, right? And one of the cooks, so people have been all upset about this at this restaurant because one of the cooks got taken into ICE custody. And they got all mad at the owner, like as if she was supposed to stop the door and like beg, officers not to do their job or something. And it's just kind of been a little bit ridiculous. And then my sister sends me texts all the time telling me, oh, you vote for like these awful policies and like, you're have close family members who work in law enforcement and they, she says that they are pigs, all this stuff. And it just really irks me because I feel like this is just an issue that is being solved, if that makes sense.
Hey, let's just look at something. Let's look at something. Biden deporting people in 2024, right? What percentage of Biden's deportations had prior convictions or criminal histories? What percentage? I wouldn't even go deportations. What percentage of people that ICE detained under Biden had prior convictions or criminal histories?
Let's hear it.
If you don't know, just say I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you.
No, I don't know the exact numbers.
Right.
All right.
64%. 64% of them. Do you know what percentage under Trump had prior convictions or criminal histories?
I don't know.
Are you okay? It's give or take 30%. Give or take.
But
according to their latest statistics, it was 5%. So
are you looking at the whole year, or are you looking at a specific month?
No, last I checked on ice.gov/statistics with their Excel worksheet, it was 5% for the whole year.
So only 5% had convictions or criminal histories under Trump.
Yeah.
I saw 30, but if I'm wrong,
that might be the current 2026 numbers because they've done a tiny bit better with convicted criminals.
Do you think it's harmful that ICE has ramped up the detention of non-criminals?
No, because coming into the country is a criminal act.
What is
coming into the country is a criminal act?
Okay, well, not coming into the country illegally, not legally. Legal immigration is great.
What law does it violate?
I heard Charlie Kirk say it so many times, I don't remember. But there is a law.
Well, I'm not really worried about that. What percentage of these ICE detainees were asylum seekers?
I don't know. But I don't really think it matters because, it's not.
Doesn't matter?
Oh, whoa.
For people to come into our country,
Hold up. Whoa, pause. Emma, hold on. Emma, no soapboxing, please. We don't do soapboxing here. You just said it didn't matter that ICE was arresting people who didn't have criminal convictions because they were here illegally. But famously, asylum seekers are not here illegally.
Well, you said seeking asylum, not that they were granted asylum.
It is not illegal to be in the country seeking asylum.
Oh, that's what that number is from. Okay.
You can come into the country anyway and seek asylum. It is not illegal.
Now, don't you have to apply for asylum and then get granted it?
As long as you apply for asylum within 2 years of entering the country, you are not considered illegal. You are considered here as an asylum seeker. That's the federal law.
Not necessarily an issue as long as you're following the federal law. But if you're, saying you're seeking asylum,
But
you've
you
been
told
here for
me
15, 20
But
years.
you told me that it didn't matter that ICE was detaining people without criminal records because they were criminals. But there are people who are being detained who are not breaking the law.
Oh yeah, I can grant that to you. That's definitely an issue if that's happening.
So which policy does more harm? The policy that is arresting more people that have no criminal record, or the policy that didn't?
Well, I guess it depends on if you look at it as like a macro or a micro issue. Certainly to those families and those people who have been arrested wrongfully, I'm sure that causes more harm. But as a macro issue, it's worse if we, leave our borders open and we're not mass deporting people,
Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. This should be a fun one. Which Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Which one of these presidents under their immigration plans send people to prison camps in other countries that those people may or may not have been from?
Prison camps. Are you talking about El Salvador?
I'm talking about Sekai, yeah.
I mean, you could also include the ones
Venezuela.
that we sent to them in, well,
Salvador.
not just Venezuela. There was
Seacat's El
also one
Salvador.
that we did. Gosh, what was the name of the country?
Isn't that
Liberia?
just extraditing to prison in another country?
Is
To
it
a country
considered
not of their
extra?
origin.
Yeah, is it considered extraditing to
If
send an individual to a prison labor camp when they've broken no laws and were legally allowed to be in the country?
If truly they did break no laws and were
Libya.
legally allowed to be in the country, then I think that would obviously be wrong. But I
Oh,
don't know if I believe
wait.
that they really broke no laws.
Okay. Well, okay. Here, hey, great. What if the Supreme Court says they've broken no laws?
Well, the Supreme Court says a lot of things,
So I'm sorry. Let's get even more specific. What if the Supreme Court shows that the Donald Trump administration provided no evidence of wrongdoing of the person that they shipped out of the country?
Yeah, I'd say that would be a bad thing.
Great. So Donald Trump's administration did harm when they illegally deported Kilmar Abrego Garcia to a prison camp in El
Was he
Salvador.
part of a gang in El Salvador?
Nope.
So why
Incorrect.
did he have all those tattoos?
He doesn't. The tattoos were photoshopped, friend. You can look at pictures
I don't
of
know
him.
about that.
You can look at pictures of him when he was having dinner or having a whatever meal he was having with the reporters. Those tattoos don't exist on his hand. Donald Trump photoshopped them, and you fell for it.
yeah.
All right. Well,
So
can we move on
again,
to the transgender topic? I will admit, I don't know. I probably don't know enough about the legal immigration issue. to
Emma, I'm
really
going to tell
debate about
you.
it.
I'm
Can I
going
ask
to.
you one thing first?
Yeah,
I want
go
to ask her
ahead.
one thing
Go ahead,
first.
go,
Though,
go,
like,
go.
what is the
Sure.
job of the vice president? And I feel like this is necessary now.
Well, okay, I know you're talking about Kamala Harris. She was specifically tasked for the border. That
No, she wasn't.
not every vice president. She was specifically tasked to
No,
manage
she
the border
was. She was
crisis.
giving one job specifically to find the root cause of migration from the Northern Triangle countries.
Do you know what those countries are?
I don't have anything to fact check that right now, but can we move on to the transgender topic? This is something I'm a lot more passionate about than illegal immigration.
If you can,
Ooh.
well, I don't know what Jovan's stipulations are, but we can move on at least from the vice president part. If you can concede that you were wrong about what Kamala Harris's job was.
Yeah, I can tell you, you probably know more than I do about that specifically, so I'll concede that I may have been wrong. I'm not looking at the facts right now, but I'll concede that.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you an out right
That's
here.
my
There is one topic, Emma, that you probably don't want to debate with me on, and it's the trans
Yeah.
topic. Might go very poorly
Okay.
for you, not for me.
All right.
Well, we could do it. I'd love to know how Republican policies cause less harm when it comes to the trans issue.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting
This
one.
is something that's personal, you know? It's personal to a lot of people, but it's definitely personal to me.
I think it's also personal to the millions of trans people who are being denied access to healthcare. It's pretty personal for them, too.
Yeah. Now, I 100% agree. If you're, you know, over the age of 18, you should be legally allowed to have, you know, mutilate your body in whatever way you want. You know, I will 100%. If somebody tells me their pronouns, I will always respect that.
I find it genuinely hilarious when people use loaded language like mutilate. It's so funny.
Well, it's also that by like they don't realize that, especially Emma. I mean, I know you're a woman, since you provided she her pronouns, but for the other men that have called in and just had all of their emotions and everything, the majority of men in the United States of America have mutilated genitalia.
Circumcision?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's mutilation personally, but
it's done without the child's
whatever.
consent.
That's a separate thing.
You don't think circumcision
That's
is
true.
mutilation? But
It's
gender
cutting off
affirming
a
surgery would be?
Yeah, it's literally cutting off a piece of their body.
I mean, I guess very technically it's mutilation, but kind of more.
So
of
we
like
would be. So
cosmetic
you're
thing.
okay with baby mutilation, and you think we're like the trans people are the issue?
Yeah, I can see maybe it being something that you leave for them once they're, you know, mature and able to make that decision for themselves. I'm kind of iffy on it. I've told my husband personally that if we have a male child, then he can kind of make that decision, you know. But
Hey Emma, why do you think
He's
trans
expressed
people, even
that he was
trans
against
youth,
it.
why do you think trans people, including trans kids, get gender affirming medical care?
I know it's because they really feel like it's a change that they need to make in order to feel comfortable in their bodies. And I can definitely empathize with that. And, you know, I understand why people might feel like that's an only choice. However, kids, you know, change their minds all the time. Kids get crazy things in their heads. I wanted so
they
bad
change
to
their
be a boy when I was
minds.
a little girl, you know? Like, I
Okay,
wanted to
so
be a
what's-
boy, but
hey,
I just wanted to play
Emma,
with the
I
boys,
wanna-
you know?
Hold on, Emma. They changed their mind. So what's the detransition rate? If they're changing their mind, I would assume that it must be like
Exponentially high.
exponentially. That was the word I was looking for. I assume it must be exponentially high. Thank you, Ari. So what's the detransition
Well,
rate?
There's going to be success rates. There's going to be successes, you know, people who are genuinely actually trans, and there's going to be, you know, people who mess up their hormones forever. There's going to be all of it, and then there's going to be people.
But that's not
who
what I'm.
have
That's
this
not what I'm
untalked
asking. I'm
about,
asking
you know?
what the detransition or the regret rate. I would assume you'd have one of those numbers. If you're saying that people change their minds and it's a harm to do this to kids because they will change their mind, what's the regret or detransition rate?
I don't know exactly the rate. I know it's fairly low, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's at the high end. It's 3%. Specifically, do have a study like re-identification with birth registered sex in a Western Australian pediatric gender clinic cohort, which found that 97% of people that began gender affirming care as youth continued that care years later. Like now you're telling me 3% is too many. So we harm 97% of people because 3% of people might regret it. That's what you're telling me.
How are you harmed by not getting your breast cut off until you're 18? You know, for example, as a trans boy.
Hey, what is gender dysphoria?
Well, every girl feels weird about growing breasts. You know,
I didn't ask about feeling weird growing breasts. I'm asking what specifically.
It might be because you're gay. It might be because you just feel weird because you're just a growing girl. And you won't know that until you're an adult, you know?
Emma, you're soapboxing right now. I don't really like soapboxing. That's not engaging with the conversation. I didn't ask you any of that. I said, what is gender dysphoria specifically?
Gender dysphoria, at least my understanding of it, is feeling like your body does not match your mind. And
You're close. Would you like me to give
The
you a bit
feeling is-
more? You're close. You're not there yet. Would you like some help?
sure.
Right. So gender dysphoria is specifically the clinical term for the significant distress or impairment that's associated with an incongruence between a person's phenotypic representation of their sex and their gender identity. It's specifically a clinical diagnosis because of the significant distress and impairment. Now, do you know what that significant distress and impairment can lead to?
Well, see, suicide, right? But I think saying,
Self-harm.
like,
So suicide would be
kid needs to cut
one
off
of the
her-
extremes. Hold on, Emma.
yeah.
Let's just focus on the question that's being asked, right? Suicide is one of the extremes that can happen. It can lead to emotional and psychological distress. This includes anxiety, depression, irritability, shame, distress. Dysphoria is just the significant amount of distress that they are feeling. It leads to social impairment. So it can lead to them forming antisocial behaviors, avoiding friends, family, schoolwork. It can be debilitating to where they can't actually engage with their life. There's an intense discomfort they have. It can lead to further mental health problems like self-harm and suicide thoughts and ideations. These are all things that we know for a fact gender dysphoria can lead to. Now, if I take my child to a doctor and they have significant gender dysphoria, and that doctor says, hey guys, your child has significant gender dysphoria, and what we find is the best route of treatment for her, or he, them, whoever it is going to be some level of gender affirming care. It might be pubertal suppressants, it might be HRT, so on and so forth. Now, when I look at the research, which jovanbradley.com/library/gender affirming care, if you want to see the research, what I show in gender affirming care is not only does it have a marketed improvement in people's day-to-day lives, it has a marketed improvement in decreasing the rates of suicidality and depression. It has a massive improvement in overall well-being. When I look at all this research and I have a child who's suffering, why would I not give them the best available care to help them not suffer anymore?
Well, I don't think that would be the solution. Like, I don't think it's ever a solution to give a child hormones unless they genuinely have some sort of hormone imbalance in their body.
What are you basing that on, Emma?
Yeah.
That's a really important linchpin here. You're going, I don't think this would be the solution, but like, there's no studies that have shown that it causes large amounts of harm. There's no studies that show that almost any other treatment method works nearly as well. So what are you basing your disagreement on? Because it's just like, I feel like it's icky. I throw that away.
No, it's common sense. Like,
in the bin.
Kids cannot consent.
It's common sense. Emma, common sense is just
not being
I feel.
able to ever have an orgasm, you know? Like, kids
Oh,
can't
interesting.
consent to
Oh,
that. Kids
pause.
don't
Emma, whoa,
understand
Emma,
that.
pause. Actually, Emma, here's a study. It's called Hormone Therapy and Sex Reassignment, a systematic review and meta-analysis of quality of life and psychological outcomes. This was done in 2010. It was a systematic review. And what it found was that 72% of people who went through these treatments reported improved sexual function.
Ooh.
Their sexual function got better because they were no longer, you know what makes it really hard to get an orgasm? Depression.
Oh, that is true.
They also having a micro penis. I mean, when I married my husband, I would have divorced him right then and there, annulled it on the wedding night if he had a micro penis, you know? So I think that would affect your life a lot more.
Emma, what you just did was I provided you direct evidence and you went back to an I think or an I feel statement. I want to, for the rest of this conversation, I'd like to remove I think and I feel statements because we're talking about empirical data. So I don't care what you think or what you feel. Huh?
You know how statistics can be, can be altered.
Yes,
They can be
the
seen for one way or another.
the number one
not.
retort of someone who's never done the research and doesn't have statistics is, well, statistics can be manipulated. Yes, that is what most people
I
say
do
who
have
do not
statistics.
have the research. So what are they?
I
Give me
used to
some
be
counter
very
evidence.
leftist,
Give me some counter evidence.
Oh my goodness.
I'm giving you evidence. I'm even naming the studies. You can listen back to the live later, find them and pull them up. So why don't you give me counter evidence?
I just think it's common sense that
Whoa, Emma, whoa. I don't mean to interrupt you again, but remember, we're going to throw out I feel statements. We're going to throw out I think statements. They are useless in a conversation that involves data, right? They're not really working in a medical conversation either, right? When we're looking at treatment options, I think and I feel doesn't work. We want to go off what the research says. So can you give me something that's not an I think I feel statement?
Yeah, no.
Well, Emma.
No, you say the detransition rates are low. And
Very.
I'm sure they are, but even one kid, even one kid cutting off her breasts and, taking testosterone and forever altering her body, I think that's enough, I think that's enough to be able to say, you can
What about the
socially
one
transition,
what about
you
the
can try
one
these
kid who
things out.
kills themselves because they can't access the treatment? That's not enough?
Or that they
Fuck
are
that kid.
bullied
Well,
before they
you need
could
to put
access
that
the
kid
treatment.
in serious therapy. If my kid ever came to me
Oh,
and
no,
said they
you
were
can't. They're
transgender,
dead.
immediately pulled out of
No.
school.
How do you
No,
put them in
no.
how do you put them in serious therapy if they're dead, Emma?
Yeah, they're
Do we
gone.
do a seance?
Oh, I'll get the
That's
Ouija board.
a really manipulative thing to say, really. Like saying,
Emma,
Well, no.
we need to give
25% of
hormones or
transgender
they're gonna
students
die.
will Emma, 25% of transgender students will attempt suicide every year because they do not have access to this care, because people like you who lack the research and education on this care vote for people that strip the care from them when the decision should be left up to them, their parents, and their doctors. That's on you directly, Emma.
You think that maybe it's because of people like you who tell them that the only choice that they have is
No,
to kill
Emma,
themselves?
We
because
don't
I
tell
know
them
that
that.
people like me
I
who
think
support
so.
this, people
We
like
don't
me who
tell them
support
that.
this, I support policies that decrease the suicidality by 70%. You vote in policies
support
that
policies.
increase it.
Emma, I'm going to explain this to you.
You increase it,
You
not
support
me.
policies that mutilate children
Emma, stop.
and
Stop for a
bring a
second.
bunch
Emma,
of rapists into our
Emma,
country. And
Emma,
so
1,
those
2,
are the
3,
kind of
eyes on
people-
me. Okay.
Just emotional responses, Emma, on everything you
That's all
say.
she
It's just
has.
emotion.
So, Emma, I'm going to explain this to you, right? So, the side that Jovan and I are on is that individuals, however they are experiencing themselves, right? If they have gender dysphoria or if they're trans without gender dysphoria, whatever treatment path that they decide to take between them and their doctors is what we support them taking. We are not forcing a singular individual to get sex reassignment surgery. We are not forcing that on anybody. We want them to get the care that they need, any kind of care, whatever that looks like for them, with their doctor, and then set a health plan goal and go to meet that health plan goal, whatever that looks like. If it helps decrease any amount of harm that they would bring upon themselves, because of individuals like you not accepting them for who they are. And that's the primary reason why we see harm rates increase in individuals that identify as transgender, because the one treatment thing, and I might phrase this a little bit wonky and Jovan can correct me, the one treatment thing that we found that helps them the most is simply acceptance for who they are as their person. So if Jovan decided that their pronouns were they, them today, I would start addressing Jovan immediately as they, them, because they are non-binary, right? And then that would then reaffirm them in their mental state and automatically from there reduce any amount of self-harm that they would experience, because people around them are accepting them and not attempting to change them. When you are telling them that they can't be exactly who they are saying they are through years of intensive therapy, You are the one that is causing harm.
And the
I have a
other big
question.
issue that I have, I'll let you ask your question in a second. Emma. The other big issue I have is you don't even know how the treatment is done, because
Not at all.
therapy is the beginning step of even getting a gender affirming care diagnosis. And you don't even understand how hard it is to even get that diagnosis, because every year, right, only about 17 between 2018 and 2022, only about 17,000 kids were even able to get the diagnosis. In that same 5-year period, 4-year period, 5-year period, only 900 kids were even able to get puberty blockers. In that same 5-year period, only 2,000 kids, give or take, were able to get access to gender affirming care, none of whom were under 12. So you don't even know the basics of this. You just know that it feels icky to you. And you've decided, because it feels icky to me, everybody who needs this treatment should suffer. And I just think that's sad.
Oh, and I'm going to send you this interesting article I came across the other day, Jovan.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
Now you can ask your question, Emma.
Okay. I'm sure you've heard this one before, but I have a friend, and she's anorexic, right? She's been diagnosed that way. She, tells me all the time she feels fat. She feels all these different ways. She feels like she needs to not eat. Should I, affirm how she feels and tell her, yes, you are fat? No, you should not
Emma,
eat, actually. Instead of telling her, you need serious
dysphorias
therapy
and
and you need to get out of
dysmorphias.
your delusion.
Emma,
Those are different
Don't
Emma,
things.
tell
Emma,
delusional
Not a delusion.
people that
It's not
you know,
delusion.
Emma,
you don't tell
Emma,
schizophrenic people that there's actually
Emma,
people in the walls.
You're not listening.
Emma, dysphorias and dysmorphias are vastly different. Someone with body dysmorphia physically sees their body differently than it looks to the rest of us. Trans people don't have this. Trans people have stress because the physical the things they see that are there, that are real, don't align with their internal sense of self. Somebody with body dysmorphia physically sees themselves differently. They can look in the mirror
And I know there's
and
differences,
see
but they're
themselves
both
as
mental
fat.
disorders,
So here's the problem when you phrase it like this. Gender dysphoria was added to the DSM-5 as a mental disorder in order to facilitate treatment, not because they thought it was this big, bad, terrible thing. But you cannot in one breath say, this is a mental disorder, and then in the other breath say, but the treatment that the DSM-5 outlines, which is gender affirming care, either social or medical, is wrong. Because the same people that classified it as a disorder are the same people that wrote the treatment plans. And you're going, well, I believe what they say when it's a disorder, but I don't believe what they say about the treatment plans. That doesn't make sense. That's like going to a doctor who says, you have cancer, we need to get you chemo, and you go, I'm going to try crystals. Crystals don't work.
I think misrepresenting the argument a little bit, because I can agree that
You
when
misrepresented
you're an
the
adult,
argument, Emma.
maybe that's the best. Well,
Emma,
here, hold on. Listen.
Emma,
I can agree
no.
as an adult.
I must be crazy. I can't
Yeah,
find where
no.
this misrepresentation is.
Emma, well, that's the thing,
Perhaps
because
not
it came from
misrepresentation.
her. The call is coming from inside the house. She provided her own misrepresentation of the argument when she brought up a false hypothetical.
It could be a mental disorder. It could be they're
Or
genuinely trans.
false
You don't
analogous?
really know. They need to have time to grow out of it.
Gender
Like when I was a
dysphoria
teenager,
is in fact
dressed as a
right
boy.
now. Gender
I wanted to
dysphoria
be
is
a
in fact
guy.
right now considered a mental disorder. However, there are talks of removing it from the DSM-6 when that is published, so it will no longer even be considered a mental disorder. People identifying as transgender is not a mental disorder. Not all trans people have gender dysphoria.
I'm just going to give some numbers because I like to play in numbers.
Why not?
We did a study that was called Re-Identification with Birth Registered Sex in a Western Australian Pediatric Gender Clinic Cohort. We found that 97% of youth who underwent gender affirming care continued their gender affirming care. Only 4% reported some level of regret. And of the participants in the study, only 4 of them stopped gender affirming medical treatment altogether. That's study number 1. I can keep going. I have
Ooh.
so many on hand. How like, should we continue? Let's continue. There's also factors leading to detransition among transgender and gender diverse people in the United States, a mixed method analysis, which analyzed the 2015 transgender survey, which found that 13.1% of people reported some level of transitioning, but 82.5% of that 13% said that it was because of external reasons, such as family pressure, social stigma, harassment, employee discrimination, and difficulty finding a job, not because they changed their gender identity. We have more. We did an analysis of all applications for sex reassignment surgery in Sweden, 1960 to 2010. And they found that of all of the people that got bottom surgery, only 2% of them regretted it. 2%. Do you know how much less that is than like knee surgery? It's less. We did a one called Regret After Gender Affirming Surgery, a systematic review and meta-analysis of prevalence. And of this systematic review that analyzed 27 studies, overall regret rate was 1%. 1%. Gender identity 5 years after social transition. This was a 2022 study. Found that 5 years into their transition, 94% of people still identified as transgender. 2.5% switched to identifying as non-binary, and only 3.5% re-identified with their sex assigned at birth. All of these things point to the same thing, that gender-affirming care, even for youth, leads to an improvement in well-being, an improvement in psychological functioning, and a decrease in mental health issues. And you are saying, once again, Emma, that because you feel that you don't like it, fuck them kids. And I think that's sad. I think you can do better.
I think it's sad that you think the only way to help a child is by mutilating their body. I mean, I think
Emma, give me one other treatment plan with research behind it. Go ahead, give me one other treatment plan with research behind it. I want to see.
And
it.
Jovan, check the chat in the tool.
Can you give me one other treatment plan that has research behind it that shows to be anywhere near as effective?
Look, I'll admit to you, most of my opinions are anecdotal. And
I feel statements.
Trans, and I've had friends, and my younger sibling,
I hope they stop being friends with you. They deserve better friends than you.
You're tokenizing them right now, Emma. You're literally tokenizing your trans friends.
But my younger,
and you're also denigrating them as you speak. You're denigrating. So not only are you tokenizing your friends, but you are also denigrating them as your friend.
Everything's so offensive. Just chill out. So my younger sibling, right? She has gone through these different things where she's saying, I'm they, I'm he, I'm all these things. It's all these tattoos. Like, done all these crazy things to her body, right?
Tattoos.
And she's gotten to the point where she regrets it, you know, and she's going back and forth on everything. If we had let her get surgery when she was saying that she wanted to 4 or 5 years ago, well, because she's freaking broke and I would have had to pay for it. But, you know, if we had let her do it at that point, then she would have regretted it right now. You know, she likes
pubertal suppression for transgender youth and risk of suicidal ideation, Emma. Only 2.5% of people who want puberty blockers are able to receive them. Emma, I don't care about your anecdotes. Do you know what an anecdote does for me? Jack all. It does nothing for me. I want to deal in the real data. And the real data we have shows that 90% of participants who want to receive puberty blockers but do not report lifetime suicidal ideation. And then your response to this is, well, my sister, Emma, I don't care about your sister. In terms of this debate, she means nothing to me. She means absolutely nothing. All that matters is that you keep saying there are other treatment methods. You don't have research on any of these other treatment methods. Should we be throwing these kids in camps and forcing them to be cisgender? Should we be making them just wait it out? We know that waiting it out leads to more harm. You keep going to surgeries, like surgeries are even the biggest factor when it comes to gender affirming medical care. Do you know how many kids even are able to receive top surgery? It's like 500.
That's 500.
But I don't see you. I don't see you doing. I don't see you picking up the phone on a call-in show and getting mad about kids who are getting fucking breast enlargements when they're 16 for their quinceañeras or their sweet 16. I don't see you picking up a phone and calling a call-in show about that. But you want to pick up a phone and call in the call-in show to talk about the treatment that has been studied and has been proven to be the most effective treatment in helping these children. That's the one you want to call and whine about.
Yeah, and I'm curious, Emma. So, do you think that boys that are experiencing body dysmorphia or gender dysphoria because they have breasts, and not trans, they're a boy that likes girls and they know that they're a boy and they're staying a boy. Do you think they should be allowed to have a mastectomy?
Well, yeah, if they have a genetic abnormality to themselves. Boys are not supposed to grow breasts. And so if they do, then they can...
I don't know about you, Jovan, but I'm like...
You're changing yourself from the way that you were supposed to grow up, you know?
Define abnormality.
You know?
Wait, what does that mean? I put on glasses. Did I change myself from the way I was supposed to grow up? I was supposed to grow up with poor eyesight.
Well, some people are born with 3 arms. Does that mean that all humans have 3 arms, or humans don't usually have 2 arms?
What did that was... Okay, let's pretend that this conversation is a road, and we're driving down the road. And here comes a stop at the world's largest rubber band. Now, we have 5 minutes to get to our destination. You just decided to stop at the world's largest rubber band. It means nothing to the journey. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What I said to you is you said changing the way you're supposed to be is bad. But we change the way we're supposed to be all the time. Constantly. Nobody has a problem with it until a trans child needs to do it because they are suffering because they have severe gender dysphoria. Then all of a sudden, it's an issue that we're changing ourselves. If a boy who has gynecomastia needs to take meds because they got boobies, those boobies aren't hurting them.
Nope.
But they have to go on some type of pubertal suppressant or HRT because they want to get rid of their boobies.
Because
that's not an issue. Or have top surgery because what do you mean? That's the way their body went, so it is the way they're supposed to be. Biology doesn't have oughts, Emma. Biology doesn't say you're supposed to be one way or another.
Blood clot in my lung?
If that's what your body gave you, yes.
And I got...
if that's what your body gave you, yes. Nobody. Whoa, Emma. No one said Emma. No one said you're supposed to die because I'm saying you should be able to get treatment. But I'm saying that the bodies develop the way they develop. So if a boy develops gynecomastia, that's the way their body developed. There is no ought in biology. There's no one specific ways our bodies develop. Okay? But you're over here saying, with no evidence, no research, no nothing, just I think that this treatment path, which again is the one that's recommended by the APA, the WHO, the fucking a million fucking others. This treatment path that doctors have studied, that psychologists have studied, that endocrinologists have studied, the sociologists have studied, that they have said, hey, based on all of the evidence that I've given you today even, this is the best treatment path that we have for these people. But you're taking all of that in one ear, and out of the other ear is like the Frosty the Snowman jingle.
Frosty.
I don't understand it, Emma.
And I used to think exactly like you. I used to think
and then you started drinking, and now you don't. So I don't. Then you started hitting the sauce. I guess.
I think it's actually that she started going to church.
Stopped doing those things.
Emma, I need to know. I need to be given one piece.
Mormon and I stopped.
Emma, if you're going to disagree with everything I've said to you today, the only way I can engage with you in any sort of reality is if you give me a piece of medical or academic research that has a decent methodology and has been peer reviewed that confirms or supports your position. If you don't have any of that, then there would be zero reason for anyone to choose your side over my side.
Well, I don't have them off the top of my head, but I used to think the same way that you do. And, someday that research might be disproven.
Being empathetic and accepting of people.
Just like with
So
the...
sad.
Guess what?
I
Emma,
can't
Emma,
empathetic
guess
and
what?
accepting
Emma,
to
guess
tell
what?
somebody
You're
that
not.
Emma,
they're
guess what?
perfect the way
Emma,
that
guess
they
what?
are.
Emma, guess
No.
what? If one day somebody finds research and that's like, hey, this treatment plan actually doesn't work, this one works better for what we need to do, then that's what we would then go with. We follow the science. But the answer until that
Not
day is
true.
not
There's
let these kids
propaganda.
suffer. Emma, studies
I
aren't
think you're
propaganda. The true propaganda is everything you've been saying because you can't back it up with anything, Emma. I genuinely don't understand why you don't smell the shit that's coming out of your mouth.
Well, and I can explain this to you, Jovan, right? Is because I actually ran across a video of some MAGA woman that is a right-wing talk show host, right? She says that she doesn't read, right? And she doesn't read to find her facts. This is it feels like the way that we're talking to Emma. And she doesn't read to find her facts because it is so hard for her to find evidence that backs up her points or what she says. And she doesn't see the issue with that.
Right.
Do you see the issue with what I just said, Emma? Do you comprehend the issue with what I just said?
But that's not true.
What's
I
the
don't think you
issue
guys-
with what I
okay,
just said?
you
What's
guys-
the issue with what I just said? I need to test your comprehension on this one.
There's plenty of evidence out there that contradicts. There's things that contradict everything. There's
Nope.
plenty of studies that
That's not
contradict
what
you said.
that's not what I was saying at all.
Correct.
Yeah, what
And there's
is
things
the
that
issue with
disprove
what I just
studies.
said? Nope. What is the issue with
Well,
what
I'm
I
sure
just said?
that specific woman is not a very intelligent woman and doesn't read
She
very
debated
much.
She debated Dean Withers 1v1 in person, so you can insult her all you want, but let's
Ew, are you talking
continue
about
on this.
Emily or that fucking
I don't know.
Emily
She's
or
some
something?
blonde
I'm talking about
chick.
the MAGA woman that she's talking about.
Yeah, I literally called
I-
her a MAGA right-wing sycophant.
Emma,
Yeah. So
I would just like some of this. You said that there's stuff that does. You said that there's evidence that disagrees with me. I would just love a piece of it. Do you think I don't look? Do you think I don't spend all my day looking and praying and prying for this evidence? It seems weird to me that the Conservative Party, who is generally right now the largest political party, right, in terms of power, they hold the House,
Yep.
they hold the Senate, they hold the
Yep.
executive. They hold the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches. They could put out study after study to debunk the ones that I have. Why haven't they? Why have they produced nothing? Kind of seems like it might not exist.
or they have one
you are
study.
essentially, they have one, they like to point to the Sweden study that doesn't say what they said, and even the authors say that. They like to point to the study about desistance, which was done by surveying parents on an anti-trans website. Like, again, all of these things that they could be doing, they haven't. I know they haven't because I followed the actual research. I don't get it, Emma. You would if Emma, do you have kids?
Not yet.
Okay, let's say you have 2 kids. And let's say you get to an auto dealer. You go to a dealership and he has 2 cars for you. One car he just bought at a factory in Saudi Arabia. He knows nothing about this car. When you look at it, it looks like the biggest piece of hunk of junk. He's got no evidence to support driving this car. None of that. The other car, he got straight off of a factory line in America. He has mountains of safety studies that they've done to show how safe this car is. Would you put your kids in the Saudi Arabia car?
I understand the metaphor that you are proposing, but it doesn't. So the safety tests in this car would be very easy to see that there's no way to, push the evidence one way or the other. There's no lobbyist there that have their hand in the cookie jar, you know. So it's not exactly a one-to-one comparison, because these studies that you've been citing, talking about transgender issues, there's plenty of, you know, people who have reasons why they want them to go a certain way. You know, there's plenty of ways to skew data.
Name me a study or study that refutes any of the things that I've said to you today.
I don't have them off the top of my head. I don't know if they
and
exist,
do you know?
to be
Then
honest with
I'm
you. They
sorry.
might not.
Then Emma, you aren't even informed enough to have this conversation. You're not even informed enough to have the opinion you have. If you're going to have an opinion on anything besides, does this food taste good? Do I like this color? Is this a good movie? If you're going to have opinion on things that go into policy decisions, you need to be informed. It is irresponsible to have opinions on policy changing things that you are not informed of. It is quite literally an irresponsible thing to do.
Yep.
So it's
And you sound just like that Emily woman.
Give a kid testosterone, but it's irresponsible.
It is
To vote a certain
absolutely
way.
responsible, and I've given you all of the relevant evidence for it. If you don't believe the evidence, that's on
Okay.
you. I get it. You're just like a flat earther. That's fine. I'm not. I followed the evidence. So yes, it's responsible to do evidence-based healthcare. It's irresponsible to make voting decisions on policies that are going to affect millions of people when you have done zero research into these things. Yes, fully. Ari, any?
Yeah. So, Emma, I am passing this message along. Thank you, Neely. Neely wants to let you know, Emma, you can eat a whole bag of dicks. Toodles. Because she's just not listening. She's just like that. Someone in the chat said her name is Emily, whatever that other blonde woman. So it's just two EMs, one right after the other. That is just.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read and I don't look things up because it's just so hard to find evidence that backs my narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Neely wants me to pass along part of what she sent to me. So for your mental trauma.
I don't need it. You can keep it.
Okay.
Right. Yo, guys, thank you for the super chats today. Kenway's Pub said Jimmy and his wood is a better duo. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Damn it, always losing out to Jimmy and Jimmy's wood. Nexus Spectre said hashtag Team Jovari. Jovari.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
You ate with
Jovari.
that. Hashtag go fuck yourself, Jimmy's no. Frost King said I feel bad. I haven't been able to see Polly lately, but I've seen Ari a lot. Don't feel bad. Ari's better. Kenway's Pub said MAGA didn't care when Trump left the borders open to the Miss USA team dress. Oh my God. Over here said Emma,
That's
you're
so
just
true.
xenophobic. True.
Oh,
I'll read them a little
valid.
slower. Well, you guys have 20 minutes. I have like 10, and then I gotta go join Jimmy.
Oh,
By the way,
all
before
right.
we continue the
Someone
super
else
chats,
come in.
The Line Has a Podcast is in 15 minutes, give or take. It'll be me and
17-ish, yeah.
Jimmy, 17-ish. Me and Jimmy, Line Has a Podcast. We will redirect over to the show.
Exactly.
So I need you guys to come in hot and heavy, but I'm gonna send
Be
you guys
ready.
a beg. This is a beg, okay? This is a beg. Please, no one bring up AI in chat today. I would love to talk about something else on the podcast for once. So
You know what? I might be in the
guys.
comments. If I see anything that mentions AI, I'm just gonna remove y'all. I'm just gonna redact your comments, like legitimately delete it.
Well, Jimmy can see those. I'm
I know because
begging
the
you
tool.
guys.
So annoying.
I want to talk about the Trump stuff that's been happening lately. I want to focus on that today. Not Ghost Singer said the liberal left are
Call
destroying
in.
our nation. Call in. You got 15 more minutes. You better pick up the phone. 336-543-2101. Better pick that phone up. Unless
Do
you're
it, man.
scared. unless you's a scared one. Remember, Line has a podcast. If you have not already, make sure you've downloaded the Line podcast app. If you're a Patreon member, I think it's on the $10 tier. It's Line Pod Newsroom. Go download the Line Pod app so you can engage with the stories we're going to talk about. The stories, Chad. The stories. Okay, fuck is you talking about? We gotta talk about the stories. 336-543-2101 to that person in chat who was talking SHIT. Call in.
Yeah.
I did my spiel.
I don't have spiels aside from just being like, MAGAs continue to show that they are just pussy ass little bitches because they don't call into the phone number that's been up for an hour and 45 minutes, and they cry and chirp in the chat because they can't actually stand by anything that they believe in. So they are over here being thumb thugger keyboard warriors that do absolutely
sounds
nothing.
Like a slur.
It's not.
Thumb thugger with the hard R? Damn.
Thumb thugs? Does that sound better?
Thumb thugger. So thumb
Okay.
thugger. Damn, now that's getting
issue
calls.
with pronunciation. Yeah, apparently.
Damn, now that's getting a bunch of calls.
It's literally, I trigger them every single time, Jovan.
Listen,
it's not
if the
even
call's
a joke.
good enough, me and Jimmy will start late. If the call's good enough.
Exactly. And that's true. Jimmy will totally be fine with it too. I do like how Sedalis, I'm sorry if I messed up your name.
Said,
Emma
just call him
said, oh, thank you. Emma, you're just xenophobic. You can't hide your bigotry behind the fake tan. I know you. You know what? I swear, I'm not even kidding. Now that you've said that, I can hear that fake tan. It's almost like,
Yo,
I don't
real talk. Do you think Emma called ICE on her coworker?
Probably.
Because it felt like Emma called ICE on her coworker.
It felt like it. It felt like she's the reason that her coworker got picked up. Just like she's also the reason why her sister socially detransitioned for her.
Guys,
because she's so hateful.
We'll see what these other calls want, but if they're decent for enough super chats, we'll push the show another hour.
Yeah, see? He's not wrong. What did someone Emma's ex-husband is no, that's not the right one I was supposed to read. I went too far. I have a feeling that Emma might have been religioned out of her choices in life. Oh, did you like, no offense. But her being like, I would have divorced my husband on our wedding night if he had had a micropene. And
I thought she was gonna say her husband did have a micropene.
I know. I was like, wait, what are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, I'm not saying do things with him. Like, if it's your true belief to, be celibate until you're married, if that's your choice, at least look at it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, at least drop your pants.
Don't fall into purity culture, my dudes.
Yeah.
Guys, we haven't given you the amount of super chats yet, guys. So you're sending them right now for nothing. We got to see what the calls are first. And if the calls are juicy enough, then we'll put a bounty for super chats to continue the show for another hour. We got to see if the calls are juicy first. See, two of them hung up. So
yeah, exactly. There is one person there that I don't know what that is. What was I saying? No, like Jovan, you're totally right. Like purity culture is it's so hard to break out of. Like I'm still deconstructing from fucking purity culture. Like leave me alone. I'm 34. Like fuck my life. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all with your
purity culture is one of the biggest shame specifically. Shame is one of the biggest reason for unreported sexual assault.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's that people feel a shame about it.
Yep.
And because they feel like they're now impure because they've been assaulted, and that's just absolute bullshit.
And that carries in to when you actually do go to report and how you're treated when you report it. They are actively shaming you because somehow it's the survivor's fault for having been hurt by another person. It's never the man's fault, right? We all know this. Okay? Like, also, so sorry, this is me just being ADHD as fuck right now. So that study or that article I sent you, I was trying to find a term that might better, like, that could really describe what's occurring in the United States with the transgender community. And I don't know if that fits perfectly or not, but it made sense to me when I was reading it. And that's why I was
Exclusion and
like,
erasure, two types of ontological oppression.
yeah. It just really tickled my brain with
when I hear the word ontological,
it's very weird.
check out immediately. I just think of Phil Bros. We're just
I
saying
understand.
that God is ontologically good.
It is a philosophical page that it's pulled from. Like, even though it's from a college, I think it's a a professor of philosophy. Man, I can't fucking get words out.
All right. Matt is calling. Some guy named Matt is calling to talk about the trans debate, specifically the National Institute of Health. All state suicide rates remain similar to or higher after transition. Ooh, I like this one. Chat. What should our super chat bounty be to take Matt?
Well, minus the 50 that we already received, because I think it's fair to include anime in that amount. An extra 100?
50 more? You think 100 more?
Okay.
50 more,
We
100
can
more?
do
What do you
that.
think? Luthien's producer, what do you think, Luthien? To take this one last call.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
Which
because I'm
number?
pretty sure we're about to get the Sweden study, which is gonna be so easy.
I might
I'll say
actually have
50.
that one
I'll
pulled
say
up too.
50. I want to be
50 more?
kind. Let's say 50.
Okay.
50 more in super chats and we'll take Matt's call. Unfortunately,
funny.
we do still live in capitalism, so
I might already have what they're gonna bring up open.
I mean, I'm 90% sure it's the Swedish study, which is going to be. I can debunk the Swedish study in my sleep, like quite literally in my sleep.
Oh,
Like-
Sedaeus. Sorry, yeah, Sedaeus said I was one of the rare group of people who pronounce their name correctly. Awesome. Thank you for the additional 5 for that.
They said that to hurt me specifically.
Oh.
No, it's a different one. That's one of them, but there's a very specific Sweden study that they like to point to, which is just sort of bunk, and I'll say why it's bunk.
Yeah.
There we go. We hit it. They hit it. All
said
right.
we'll set it again. W.
Let's take Luthen. Could you let Jimmy know the podcast is gonna be late? Let's take Matt from Indiana, who's gonna tell us that the suicide rates remain similar or higher after transition. Did I accidentally remove Matt? Did I accidentally hit hang up?
I still see him.
No. I think I actually hit hang up. I'm calling him back.
I wonder how that works.
I just hit the callback button. I genuinely think I hit hang up and not answer.
I was gonna say, because I had not pressed buttons yet. Ooh, someone else with Jova Ari. Like
Oh my God, Matt, call back. I think I
Jovari.
accidentally hung up on you.
Yeah, Matt, if you're there, call back. Just say we know what number you called from, so just say Matt and we can
I'm
recognize
trying to
your
call
number.
back. It's not going through. Oops, I fucked up.
Hi,
Jovari.
you've reached Matthew
Oh,
Kohler.
Nobody heard that. Nobody heard anything.
Matt, call back.
I legitimately couldn't hear anyway over me going la 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 and you going la 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 la. So, whoopsie.
Oh God.
If that's the same one, Luthien, if you just pop them up, I think that'd be fine. That's the same. If that's the same
It's
person.
not, but I can
No,
see
this
what
is a
their
different
thing is.
person.
Okay.
It
That's
was
the
crazy.
only issue I have with like calling people back where it's like, I'm sorry I hung up on you.
No,
It's just like,
I didn't hang up. I hit the answer button because the hang up button is over there. I hit the answer button. Matt just hung up at the same time I hit answer.
oh, he might not have.
I'm seeing where the answer button is, and I definitely hit answer, not hang up. Because the answer button is a
Nice,
big
Summer.
green button.
You know, while we wait for this last person, what I'll do is, no, don't say AI in the podcast chat, please, Just Friend. I appreciate you, but I'll pay you guys dog tax. Summer, come here.
Well, let's see. Maybe this other call. If this
we're
other
doing
call
both.
is good, then we'll do that. Well, Matt hasn't called back yet.
I know. I'm just saying we'll do both, but I'm just trying to pay at least something. Come here. Come on. There we go. It's the puppers. Come here. Puppy Dax. Yeah.
What a crazy,
Yeah.
what a good show,
You
right?
can take this guy
Yeah.
instead.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right, Brian from Florida, who's a Republican. Brian from Florida, you're on with Jovan and Ari. Hey, Brian, there's a live chat with damn, how many people are in the live chat right now? Like 1,000 or so. There's a live chat with 1,000 something people in it. Should they call you he, she, or they?
He.
Oh, you sound
Great.
far away as fuck. Can you get closer to your phone, man?
No, I'm talking right into it.
Can we
Is it
raise them at all
just
on our
me?
end, Luthien?
Yeah, how's this?
So what now?
Yeah, that's better.
A little better, yeah.
All right, Brian, you're here to tell us that studies show people who voluntarily remove arms and legs were unhappy. I'm just wondering what that has to do with trans people.
What?
That's the opposite of what I said. So they actually were happy with that. So when you do a surgery on someone that's completely irreversible, in order to survive, they accept the mutilated state that they've become in order to survive. So they'll say that they like it.
Oh, what's your evidence on that?
The Knoll and Caston 2014 study where 21 people who had successfully obtained bodily impairment, 0 of the 21 regretted the surgery. They were completely happy with, in some cases.
Yeah, but
it was
I'm
removing
asking
an arm.
specifically, you said the causes that they specifically, you said the causes because they have to essentially go into survival mode and just tell themselves they're happy. Does this study reaffirm this?
Well, there's no turning. So the comparison are surgeries where there's no turning back. So when you chop off your leg, for example, you can't just put on another leg and everything's okay. You can't just change your
wait.
movement.
You're making two different claims here. You're making two different claims here. So I'm trying to lock down the claim, the claim that you made that I want the evidence for is that these people are specifically doing a coping mechanism, and that's why their regret rate is so low. Because unless you can causally prove that, I have no reason to believe you on this claim. So, does the study that you're telling me, you said it was a Knoll and Caston study from 2014? Do you have the name of the study?
Yeah, I can't find it, mostly because when I type that in, it's pulling up fucking the Odyssey shit.
I just gave it. There's actually an earlier one that they did too, but in this case, 0 of 21 regretted the surgery. So do you think it's normal and healthy to affirm people and wanting to chop their legs off?
I think that has nothing to do with what we're specifically talking about, which is your claim that they're happy simply because they're doing a coping mechanism. I don't know because I haven't read the study. So I want the name of the study. Well, yes, it does. Because you're making a very specific claim. If the regret rate is zero.
And Caston.
Knoll.
And you spell that
study
N-O-L-L.
Okay. And then the study title?
Caston. K-A-S-T-E-N. And what I'm doing is comparing two surgeries that are different, completely different, but the same in the sense that there's no turning back. And if you consider chopping limbs off, arms off to be insane, it doesn't help.
I don't count cutting arms off to be insane, actually.
Are you finding it?
But the rest of it is variable in contrast to the happiness. Yeah, I found it. It's bodily integrity. Hold on, please, Brian. Brian, please hold on. I want to focus on the claim you made, Brian. I want to focus on the claim that you're making because that is the distinction here. You're making a causal claim because I'm not going to just believe your Brian. Because I'm not just going to believe your claim with nothing to back it up. That would be silly.
And you don't. Do you see the study?
You're making a causal claim. Yes, but the study does not reaffirm your causal claim.
I'm not making a causal claim.
You said the reason why they're happy is because they're doing a coping mechanism. That is a causal claim if I've ever heard one. The
Yeah.
cause of the happiness is a coping mechanism. That's a cope. The alternative is they're just actually happy with the treatment. Like, what are you talking about?
But there's got to be some people there that they've been quote unquote affirmed.
Holy
really,
shit!
They've been jumbled up.
You pulled a study. You pulled a study of 21 people. Brian, your study has 21 people. It's not that shocking to me that 21 people could be happy. It's 21 people.
Well, and there's another
That's
one
like
before
not
that
a
has
study at
54.
all.
So your studies suck too, though. So
A
the thing is,
proper sample size would
go
be
ahead.
at least 1,000, but
Give me. Well, no, the sample size can be like 100, and I think that's fine. You just said my studies are flawed too. What's the issue with my studies?
For someone to chop their arms off. You said it's not crazy for someone to just want to chop their arms off, and we should just let them chop their arms off. We shouldn't.
Not if they have not if they have body integrity identity disorder. No, I don't think it's crazy to want to remove a limb when you have this disorder.
See, that's what's fucked up. Is that you really do need to look out for people's best interests.
Great.
Instead of
Substantiate why it's fucked up. Don't just say it's fucked up. Substantiate why.
it's
well, I think
hilarious coming from Brian, but
creating a condition, right? So when they did study, I think in 2003, as to the reasons why people committed suicide, and they knew this because they would leave suicide notes, right? They can actually measure why people kill themselves. When this wasn't in the zeitgeist, people weren't talking about this, and I think allowing one transgender person to kill themselves.
That's not the question I asked you, Brian.
That's not the question I asked you. Killing themselves. That's what I want to see.
This is not the question I asked you.
Transgenderism should not.
Brian, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand something. This is a call-in show, Brian. Okay, it's not Brian gets to. If you want to just sit up and talk to yourself, go start a YouTube channel. This is a call-in show where you talk to us. So when I ask you a very specific question, I'd like a specific answer to that question. What you just did is answer a question nobody asked you. I asked you to tell me and substantiate why it would be bad to give these people like who have body integrity, BIID, body integrity identity disorder, why it's harmful to amputate if they need the amputation. And what you did was you went to start talking about trans people again. I don't give a shit about that right now. You make claims, you should substantiate them. You make claims, you should substantiate them. I don't consider it mutilation.
If you're circumcised, Brian, you're mutilated. So I really don't care.
A plane can fly with one wing. That's not how a plane is supposed to fly. You see what I'm saying? So a person can have one arm, right? But they lose functionality, they lose dexterity, they lose the ability to operate functionally in the world. And affirming them in that delusion hurts them more than it helps them. And the people.
Jovan already answered this.
Okay, wait. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to ask again, Brian. I can't believe I have to ask again. No, shut up. I can't believe I have to ask again. Substantiate how it's hurting them. Brian, please. You're doing it again. This isn't the Brian show. I don't want to hear you just talk. I want you to answer the questions. You did it again and made the claim again that cutting off their limb is hurting them, that amputation is hurting them. Substantiate that. Give the substantiation. Don't just say it is. I don't give a fuck about if it is because it is. You're just restating it. I don't give a fuck about the restation. Substantiate it. Why is it a harm?
Cutting off a perfectly good limb creates susceptibility to infection, and you lose functionality in life.
Did they get infection? Did they get an infection?
Some did, I'm sure.
Who?
People who get their arms
shut the
off,
fuck up. Exactly. Like what? Shut up.
Bro.
Like you don't know what you're talking about. I can get an infection because I scraped my fucking knee. That doesn't mean anything.
I can't get an infection from my cat or my dog scratching me.
Jovan. I don't want you to go around bumping your knees, Jovan, and hurting yourself.
Brian, I want you to not be stupid. That's what I want. I want you to not be stupid. That's what would make me so happy right now. It would make me so happy right now if you weren't stupid.
You know what, Jovan? I'm starting to feel
I'm not answering you. Sorry, Ari. Shut the fuck up, Brian. I'm not answering you. You haven't answered a goddamn question I asked you, fucking
Not even
immature
one.
child. Not a single question. I've asked you multiple. Now, Jimmy
think-
wants us to end the show. I'll let Ari say one more thing and then the show got to end. Fuck you, Brian.
Oh, here's my opinion about Brian, right? Is he seemed at this point, because we've had multiple conversations with him. At this point, he seems like the type of person that would climb over a glass wall to see what's on the other side.
Eat shit, Brian. Thanks for watching, guys. Come to the Lineheads podcast.
Oh, Jerry, you don't understand what crashing out looks like. Have a great
Eat
day.
shit, Brian. Answer a question next time. Bye.
He's so bad at that.